Ryan, what are your thoughts?
I love it. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I got lost.
Yes, and it's easy to.
What's the big line out front for?
Well, there's a lot of shows that are.
Hello guys. I'm about to drop the most explosive NFL news that just hit the airwaves. Ryan Clark just went on national television and absolutely destroyed the Cleveland Browns quarterback room while revealing Shedeur Sanders' secret path to the starting job. I'm talking about a complete breakdown that has Dylan Gabriel fans furious and Kenny Pickett supporters questioning everything. When an NFL legend looks straight into the camera and says, Shedeur is already better than Dylan Gabriel from a football standpoint, you know we're witnessing something historic. This isn't just analysis. This is a roadmap to NFL stardom that's going to change everything you thought you knew about the Browns quarterback battle. Trust me, by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why Shedeur Sanders is about to shock the entire NFL world. Look, I've been following Shedeur Sanders since his Colorado days, and I'm telling you right now, this Ryan Clark breakdown on Get Up is the most important quarterback analysis we've heard all offseason. We're talking about a former NFL safety who played at the highest level, who understands what it takes to succeed in this league, giving us the inside scoop on how Shedeur can dominate in Cleveland. But here's what makes this even more incredible. Ryan Clark didn't just praise Shedeur's talent. He literally mapped out a step-by-step plan for how this kid can take over the Browns' starting job by the back half of the season. We're going to break down every single word of Clark's analysis, from his shocking comments about Dylan Gabriel to his prediction about Kenny Pickett getting beaten out. Plus, I'm going to show you why those recent off-field incidents might actually work in Shedeur's favor. Before we dive into this absolute bombshell, smash that like button because this breakdown is about to get wild. And you're definitely going to want to share this with every Browns fan you know. Here's where Ryan Clark absolutely blew my mind, and I guarantee this is going to have you jumping out of your seat. When E.J. Manuel asked how Shedeur Sanders wins the Browns starting quarterback job, Clark's response was pure fire. He said the key is owning that locker room, not with arrogance or bravado, but by showing up and putting in the work that makes teammates respect you. Clark brought up Cam Ward showing up at 5:30 in the morning, saying that's the kind of dedication that earns respect. But then he dropped the real bombshell that has me more excited than I've been in months. Clark looked straight into that camera and said, if I'm Shedeur Sanders, I'm looking at Dylan Gabriel. You're already better than him from a football standpoint. Did you hear that? An NFL analyst just declared on national television that Shedeur is superior to Dylan Gabriel in pure football ability. This isn't hot take television. This is legitimate analysis from someone who understands what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Clark continued by saying Shedeur will prove his superiority on the practice field starting in Berea, Ohio, during training camp. That's not just confidence. That's a prediction based on talent evaluation that's going to make Browns fans absolutely lose their minds. Now here's where Ryan Clark really started cooking. And this analysis is going to change how you view the entire Browns quarterback competition. Clark didn't just stop at praising Shedeur. He systematically broke down every quarterback in that room. And what he said about Kenny Pickett is absolutely devastating. Kenny Pickett, I think he can be beaten out at some point by halfway through that season. Think about what that means for a second. We're talking about a former first-round pick who's supposed to be the veteran presence in that room. And Ryan Clark is essentially saying he's not going to last half a season as the starter. This isn't disrespect. This is honest evaluation based on what Clark has seen from Pickett's NFL career so far. Let's be real about Kenny Pickett's track record in Pittsburgh. It wasn't exactly spectacular. And now he's in a new system with new teammates trying to prove he belongs. Clark is basically saying that Shedeur's talent level is so superior that it's only a matter of time before the coaching staff realizes they need to make a change. When you combine Shedeur's arm talent, accuracy, and football IQ with Pickett's struggles, the writing is on the wall. Clark is giving us the timeline, halfway through the season, and I'm here for every minute of this quarterback battle. Ryan Clark saved his most brutal honesty for last. And this is where his analysis becomes absolutely devastating for the current Browns roster. When talking about Joe Flacco, Clark simply said, Joe Flacco is Joe Flacco, and they're going to want to move to a younger quarterback. That's not just analysis. That's a death sentence for the veterans' long-term prospects in Cleveland.
It's my algorithm, but I see Shiloh and Shedeur more than I've ever seen any undrafted guy or fifth-round guy on social media in the history.
But here's where Clark really dropped the hammer with some historical perspective that's going to blow your mind. He brought up decades of data about the Browns' quarterback situation since they moved back to Cleveland, and his conclusion was absolutely savage. The only constant with the Cleveland Browns quarterback situation throughout the years has been change. Clark is essentially saying that based on the Browns' track record, everyone currently ahead of Shedeur on the depth chart is eventually going to fail. That's not pessimism, that's pattern recognition from someone who understands NFL history. His advice to Shedeur was simple but powerful. Stay in the fight, wait your turn, drive the speed limit, and by the back half of the season, there will be an opportunity. This isn't just about talent evaluation anymore. This is about understanding organizational patterns and positioning yourself to capitalize when the inevitable happens. Clark is giving Shedeur a masterclass in patience. Now I know what some of you are thinking, and Kevin Clark brought up the elephant in the room during this segment. Those speeding incidents that had Shedeur getting pulled over twice late at night going 100 miles per hour. Kevin made a fair point when he said, when you're the starting quarterback of a $7 billion enterprise, everything you do is magnified. And you know what? That's absolutely true, and we can't ignore it. But here's where I think this controversy might actually work in Shedeur's favor, and let me explain why. Every great quarterback has had to overcome something early in their career that tested their character and maturity. Tom Brady had to overcome being picked in the 6th round. Aaron Rodgers had to overcome falling in the draft and sitting behind Brett Favre. Now Shedeur has to overcome these off-field issues and prove he's mature enough to handle the pressure of being an NFL starting quarterback. From everything I've seen about this kid's character and work ethic throughout his career, he responds to adversity better than almost anyone. This controversy is going to force him to be even more focused, even more dedicated to proving himself on and off the field. Kevin Clark even acknowledged that Shedeur has plenty of time to win back confidence, and honestly, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Here's what really gets me fired up about Ryan Clark's entire breakdown, and this is where his analysis becomes absolutely prophetic. Clark didn't just evaluate current ability, he projected future performance based on what he's seeing from each quarterback. When he says Shedeur is already better than Dylan Gabriel from a football standpoint and will prove it on the practice field, that's not just a current assessment, that's a future prediction. Clark has the most ability in that room and has a chance to earn the starting job if he stacks one good day on top of the next. Think about what that means for Shedeur's development trajectory. We're talking about a quarterback who's already superior to his competition and is only going to get better with NFL coaching and training. Clark's timeline prediction, that opportunities will come by the back half of the season, isn't random. It's based on understanding how NFL seasons unfold and how quickly things can change at the quarterback position. When veteran players struggle early, teams don't hesitate to turn to younger talent, especially when that talent is clearly superior. Clark is essentially giving us a preview of what's going to happen in Cleveland this season, and it's going to be absolutely incredible to watch Shedeur Sanders take advantage of every opportunity that comes his way. Look, at the end of the day, Ryan Clark just gave us the most honest and comprehensive assessment of the Browns quarterback room that we've heard all offseason. Shedeur Sanders has the most talent. He's already better than Dylan Gabriel from a football standpoint. Kenny Pickett can be beaten out by halfway through the season, and Joe Flacco is just a placeholder until they move to younger talent. That sounds like a recipe for success to me, and Clark has basically laid out the roadmap for how it's going to happen. This kid just needs to stay focused, keep working, learn from those off-field mistakes, and let his superior talent speak for itself. From everything I've seen from Shedeur Sanders throughout his career, the arm talent, the accuracy, the leadership qualities, and most importantly, his ability to respond to adversity, I'm convinced he's going to do exactly what Ryan Clark outlined. The path is clear, the opportunity is coming, and the talent is undeniable. What do you think about Ryan Clark's analysis? Do you believe Shedeur can win the starting job by the back half of the season like Clark predicted? Are you as excited as I am about watching this quarterback battle unfold in Cleveland? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I want to hear from every single one of you. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want to stay updated on all the latest Shedeur Sanders news, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We're going to be covering every single development in this Browns quarterback battle, and trust me, you're not going to want to miss what happens next. Let's keep this conversation going. Are you ready to watch Shedeur Sanders take over the NFL?